Rocket Radio Show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GorillaMobileMedia.com. Doesn't appear to have a Jewish sponsor. I don't know. I don't know. Rocket doing on there? It's not on there. It's not on the channel thing now. It's Gorilla Mobile Media. Gorilla Mobile Media? I don't know. It's for mobile media? It's for handheld devices. And surely. My word, handheld devices. I don't know. It's just crazy program. So he's by far the best programming. What
available on
Spreaker.com. I say, what on the channel is it?
I don't know. Benson, I told you.
So Rocket's not on the other show?
No.
So what's going on?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
crazy.
understand.
I don't know. It's got news and sports and music, and it's just crazy. It's got free MP3 downloads. It's just wacky. It's an unbelievable show, Benson.
Gorilla Mobile Media.
Listen, I'm missing my show.
Where did it come from? I don't know.
The following broadcast of the Rocket Radio Show contains adult graphic content. Listener discretion is advised. Adults only, please. Enjoy the show.
Studio audience, this is your host, Rocket, and I am, as always, joined by my lovely co-host, Samantha Stanley. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing great, Rocket.
All right, you guys settle down. Listen to them, man. They're all worked up.
My fans.
I know. There's 4 of them.
Yep.
I know, me too. So, I'm so excited. I'm super excited, Sam.
Super excited, Sam.
That's right, super excited, Sam. We are currently broadcasting on the Gorilla Mobile Media.
Yeah, how about that?
I know, via GorillaMobileMedia.com. Gorilla Mobile Media is on the cutting edge of handheld technology and transportational what am I saying?
I don't know. Well, let me just tell you that Gorilla
Entertainment.
Oh.
That's the word I wanted.
Good.
I was trying to come up with the word entertainment. I swear to God. I swear.
So Gorilla...
handheld, transportatable entertainment. It's like cookies in a jar. You've got your smartphone.
Right.
You're bored.
Yeah.
Watching TV's lame.
Right.
Right. Who wants to sit at their goddamn desk with the computer anymore. Haven't we, not you so much, Sam, because you're a woman, but men, haven't you wasted enough time sitting at your goddamn computer? But you want to be entertained. You need to get some stuff done. We're busy, Sam. We're super busy. So, portable entertainment is the wave of the future. 70% of people listening to internet radio are on mobile devices.
Like an iPad or a smartphone.
Correct.
Right.
I was talking to a buddy of mine, real smart guy, techie guy. And he was telling me that buying a tower, you know, the old PC tower under the desk, it's stupid. Says it's stupid. Because you can get jam-packed computer power in a laptop, surely. It's got all this crazy, like, computing power that didn't even have a year ago. So buying a tower sitting under your desk is tarded.
Tarded.
It is. Now what you want is, like, a laptop, right?
Or a tablet.
A laptop, so 2012. You get a tablet. What kind of tablet? You get a Kindle? If you have an Atari. Nah! You get the new shit. You got the iPhone. You got your Android. Your smartphones. Sam, they even have a phone that's clear, like glass. You can see right through it.
Love it.
It works. It's coming out next year. I'll be waiting in line for that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Modern technology.
So, Guerrilla Mobile Media.
Guerrilla Mobile Media says it all.
It does.
And also, those were keywords that were suggested by keywordsearch.com. It's a wonderful, wonderful little aspect of CEO.
Does that mean that?
Or SEO.
So you just put in a keyword search and the word gorilla came up?
No, I paid a ton of money for these consultants. It was like a room of them, like a Mensa, and I don't mean monthly cycle. Mensa group. They all sat around and talked. They all worked on their laptops. And about an hour and a half into it, they came out and said, okay, Guerrilla Mobile Media. I was like, done!
Brilliant.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Wow.
Now, I have had some feedback.
Fan mail.
Yeah. And I got a call from another guerrilla outfit. Friendship, friendship. Look what I did for them. I allowed them to paint my building. It's a giant building. They were painting every fucking day. I could barely get them out of bed. Couple of times, these son of a bitch painters were painting this huge, gigantic building that they don't own. And they weren't wearing any pants. It was early in the morning. They didn't have any pants on. I go out, I try to talk to him. The guy's sweating in the fucking sun, painting this building that ain't his. He ain't getting paid for it. He's just painting away. He's spending fucking hours and hours. I saw the painter out there. I'm pretty sure, Sam, that painter was painting between 5 and 8 hours a day every fucking day. He was also painting that goddamn building the day after he had surgery, I tell you, surgery, to pull out some infected gallbladder. Goddamn painter was painting the building the next day. But you know what? Now that he left, now that he made a paint company called Guerrilla Paint Company, I'm... traitors.
Bottom feeders.
Fucking bottom feeder. How dare you? Hero to zero. Hero to zero. Hero to zero.
Yep.
Hero to zero. He's a star. He's great. We love him. I never had anything like it. It's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. Wait till you hear. 12 seconds later, you're fired. Get out of the building. And then they have the guy escorted. What's up with that, Sam? When you get fired from a company, they grab, you get your box of shit. You're not allowed to log onto the computer anymore.
Can't say goodbye.
No, you got to do the death march, the long walk in front of all the other employees, all these people you've been working with that you cared about and shit. But on a dime, you don't care anymore. You're fired. So they got the security guy, and you do the perp walk. And your friends look at you because they know the boss is there, and they kind of like acknowledge you with their eyes, like, "Sorry, bro."
Yeah,
Good thing
we'll call
it's
you
not
later.
me. Good thing it's not me. Meanwhile, over at this giant fucking never-ending building that's being painted by painters from Guerrilla Paint Company for nothing, those bastards taking advantage of our building.
You know what they did?
No, I know one for a fact. Occasionally, elves would come in. There were elves in the middle of the night, Sam. Elves came in and painted the building for them. In the morning, there was a wonderful 2-hour painted segment just ready to fucking go. But he's trouble. Trouble, I tell you. You have no idea what it's like to work for these painting company.
And you know what? So Gorilla Paint Company, they go off and they start painting another building.
Yeah, they said, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, I tell you. Because, you know, the guy that was running the show over at that big giant building where they were painting for free? Bringing the paint every day and painting for free? Those sons of bitches. The guy's just a bully.
A bully.
A fucking bully. I think he's a short bully. Because I tell you what, my man. You ever seen a hamster standing next to a wolverine? Wow, wow. But I tell you, the goddamn hamsters, and they get behind a keyboard, when they're 100 miles away, they're brave, those little hamsters. Talking shit to a goddamn wolverine, can you believe it? But he don't care, because he don't care about his family. That guy. Because I'm not exactly sure what the situation is, but I have gleaned enough through personal conversations to bring it up now. I'm such a good friend. You know, I had this friend one time. I met him, I was friends with him for a few months, you know. I'm a trusting guy, Sam. I always spill the beans.
Sure.
Yeah. I mentioned to him one time that I shoplifted when I was a little kid. It's horrible. Things didn't work out. I went out my own way. It wasn't underhanded. It just didn't work out, baby. I'm sorry.
Right.
We're not meeting each other's needs anymore, right? I love you. Just ain't in love with you anymore.
So it was
It's probably time to move on.
it was a breakup.
Yeah, right? I look in the paper the next day. Shocking news. Ex-spouse Rocket, guilty of shoplifting. And then they got a picture of me, except I'm an old man. It was reverse Trayvon, right? It's not a little kid, it's an old guy, right? So I'm so glad that I shared that personal information with the guy. So now the whole world knows I was shoplifting when I was 8 years old. Son of a bitch! Scumbag!
Well, it's one of those things you probably weren't that good of friends. It was a business arrangement.
And another thing I tell you. I heard a guy on the corner the other day. Mostly a piece of shit homeless guy, but anyway. He was talking to another guy. He's slamming some guy because he takes antidepressants. Jesus Christ, Sam, who in this world doesn't take antidepressants anymore?
Well, you and I don't.
And he's wrong. But nonetheless, he's a homeless guy. What does he know? This is a homeless guy that's fucking divorced. Or gonna be. But he was pissed off at the other guy on the corner. The upright standing guy. The guy that keeps painting the building all fucking day for free. That son of a bitch. Painting those buildings. I provided the building for you to paint. Yeah, but I provided my own drinks. So what? What you do has no value. None. I am here to conquer the world. That's right. The hamster and the badger.
It was a Wolverine.
Wolverine.
But you know what? That's okay because everybody moves on. Life is too short to not have fun, and it's time to do something great and exciting and fun. So
there's 50 ways to leave your lover.
Here we are.
I broke up with a girlfriend one time.
Yeah.
She calls me back. She gives me multiple emails. She tells me what a cocksucker I am, and at the end of the phone call says, call me. You son of a bitch and bastard! Lying, lazy, I don't know, like a whole litany of things. Blah, 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 blah. Call me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not a man. This crazy broad shows up at my work, looking hysterical, in front of my supervisor. Later on she says, and I had the nerve to confront you at work. I really appreciate that. I think that's some trauma drama.
Yeah, this is all very ABC after-school special type chick drama.
It's little brother syndrome. Parents realize by the time they got the first brother out, they figured it all. It's all demystified. By the time the littlest brother is born, he's like the baby. You're special. You get a goddamn trophy for entering the race.
Right.
You know? They hear this growing up. Children of the 70s, children of the early 80s, what did they hear? You're special. You're great. All the time. They never heard that life sucks. Life's hard. You got to enjoy life while you can. Nope. And what does that translate into? Me. It's all about me. It was, you know what? It's a goddamn hurricane. I got wet. You know what? It was a goddamn crash. The most glorious thing you ever seen. There was 3 people on the street. Their guts were hanging out. And you know what? That made me late. A painter comes up. He's painted a painting. It's a beautiful painting. You know the guy. He says, hey, look at my painting. I'm so proud of it. The guy painted it himself. He's like an amateur painter. He's happy. You know, guys.
Right.
I painted a painting. He's all done. He shows. What does the guy say? I could never do anything like that. Not like great painting or, you know, good job, bud. No, it's how does it reflect on me? Are you following me? Are you liking me? Are you clicking me? Are you calling me? Me. And in a Koreshian, in a Jonesian way, everyone holds their Kool-Aid. You know, we always say drink the Kool-Aid. The fact that people don't understand is for almost a year they held the Kool-Aid and didn't drink it. It was called off. They did a dry run over and over. What is the unifying freaking phenomenon with cults? Go down the list. Cults, you know. Moonies, Koreshians, Jonesians. What's the defining thing? I can tell you one thing right now. You say a fucking word against that spiritual leader, you'll be in behavior modification. How dare you? This guy's inspired. The Holy Grail of truth. Koresh comes out and says, I had a revelation last night. Everybody in the room like, oh shit. He's seeing who's going to jump out the window, you know. God told me that only I can have sex with all your wives. Sorry. Oh, and one last thing, you're not allowed to have sugar anymore. He did shit like that. It's called cult of personality. They thrive on that shit. They need a social group. They need a dynamic. It's Mansonian. You know, the kids. You get all the people together, the weak ones, the ones that want friendship, the vulnerable people. These types don't attract other alligators. No, they attract people that just want to connect with somebody on an honest level. And I would say the majority of people in that circle around David Koresh, they've been injured. They've been hurt somewhere. And when they see this charismatic leader who just has all the answers and all the ambition, and they are going to conquer the world, it's on their shoulders to conquer the world. You listen to me as I conquer the world. And those kind of people, I'm included. If you've been traumatized, now see, by admitting that I've been traumatized, that'll give someone more ammunition to bring up later when I don't paint their house. But if you've been traumatized, you may have a tendency to have an affinity for these types of personalities, and you get drawn in. And after a while, you balkanize. And you can't say anything against them whatsoever. And you can't criticize. You can't even give a goddamn suggestion, or you're complaining. You'll be ushered away into a camp. You'll be ostracized from the group. That's a hallmark. Ostracification from the group. You're either in all the way or out all the way. You're completely for me, or if you even fart sideways, if you think you're going to leave, Sam, you're a traitor. See how personal that is? It's a traitor. It's not business. Hey, I got to go. Listen, I'm done mowing your yard. Here's the $5. Hey, thanks, buddy. And you leave. And you go mow somebody else's yard. And later on, that guy's sitting in the goddamn living room going, you know what, that kid, he was mowing someone else's yard. I feel so betrayed. Because why? Because that kid belongs to me. Me. The world revolves around me as an orbit. Everything I see, think, and hear revolves around how it involves me. If it doesn't have anything to do with me, it doesn't have anything to do with anything.
May I interject?
Yes, raw material. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to point out that I think it's wonderful that you identify with this type of personality and also identify when it's time to move on. And now you're in a good place and you feel good and you're having a good time.
I just want to clear the air.
Feels good, huh?
This painting company that got me.
The house looks beautiful, though.
I know, and I don't know if you've ever tried to, like, do something extra. I mean, you got your workload, you got the stuff you have to do. And, like, say you volunteered at the kitchen to feed the homeless, right? Later on, you hear people in town, they're gossiping. What do they say? Rocket was slopping the sauce. Rocket was chipping people on the mashed potatoes, giving them less than 3 ounces. Goddamn son of a bitch.
He's peeling the crust off the bread.
Somebody, like, pipes in and says, well, you realize he's a volunteer, right? That fucking asshole. I provided the goddamn soup kitchen. There were more homeless people coming in here to get something to eat because of me. Me.
Yeah, we got that. So, I wanted to talk about something.
It's a different subject?
It is.
Okay, what?
Okay, so you recognize that we are in the midst of summer here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Absolutely glorious. I know the rest of the country is roasting.
Yeah, the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and it's crabbing season. And
yes.
So I was hoping that maybe we could take Dark Miri out, drop some crab pots.
Love it.
Yep, we only have 3 more days of crabbing for the season.
Most people don't know if you take a kind of a medium warm bar of butter and just rinse the crab real good. He's going to shit, but on the barbecue it doesn't seem to matter much. But you rub a live crab with butter all over his ass and then throw him on a barbecue while you're on the boat. Holy criminy, it's like eating over the kitchen sink. You tear him apart and eat him right there on the spot. I'm not sure there's anything better.
Well, they're catching crab. People are dropping crab pots anywhere from 12 feet to 90 feet. And they're catching them at 12 feet just as much as they're catching them at 90 feet.
Now, just imagine you see those crab pots come up, and they got like 50 crabs in them, right?
Oh, my God.
Just imagine if you died and drifted to the bottom. That's what would happen to you. That's where you disappear. That's why all the pirates are skeletons,
Because of the crabs.
Yeah, they get down there, and the crabs just... And, crabs, they'll just scarf you down. They will just scarf you down. I'm not kidding. Wild animals will consume anything. I have a little special recording. I'm just going to play this real quick. This is the actual sound of one of my little kittens consuming a rat. He ate the entire thing except for the back legs and the tail. I mean, he just ate it up. And whenever one of the other cats would get near, you can hear his reaction. Here it is. It's so cute in a twisted way. back. Okay, so what we just heard was a cat going. Little scary music.
Got it.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Holy Toledo, that's some weird cat sounds.
That's a hungry one.
He's a vicious little critter. I hope that was entertaining for the audience. I had
Sure.
to scoot the recorder right up to the cat's mouth to catch that National Geographic quality audio. So, Samantha,
Yes.
I am so excited.
Tell me why.
Well, we got a new venture going on,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited for the future. I want to let people know that our media, our Gorilla Mobile Media, does have a show clock.
Oh boy.
I think you have the bare bones schedule there. What do we got? We have a morning show.
We have a morning show, and it's going to be on a rotating schedule.
Correct, but the morning shows is 5 days a week.
Right.
The rotating schedule will be for show times, and we'll get to that in a minute. No, we're going to have a regular morning show.
Right.
Wonderful show.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, we're going to keep it a secret who it is. It's a secret guest, and you all know this troop, Mary Troop. To entertain you in the mornings.
Right.
What else? We got.
And we have a lunchtime show.
We have a lunchtime show.
Right.
Fabulous. Top 40.
Afternoon
Maybe
show.
not top 40, but we have an afternoon show, correct?
We've got our primetime shows with call-ins.
Primetime shows. Yes, that's in the evening. And
then we've got night gallery.
We've got night gallery.
All night long.
That's right, baby. DJing and spinning some of the most eclectic artists imaginable. We're designing a very nice sound on our show. The majority of music that you're going to hear is going to be original artists, and pretty much everything we're going to play is going to be open source, Sam. Open source. So it's downloadable.
I was
You
going
can
to say
download
that
it.
means you can borrow it.
Yeah, you sure can. You can download it for listening at your leisure.
I love it.
We understand that you're on the go. We understand that your cell phone, your iPhone, your iPad is probably not more than 3 feet away from you 90% of the day. People take it into the bathroom. 1 out of 4 cell phones contain fecal matter because of
Great.
the projectile subsonic
Ew.
splatters of urine in the bathroom.
Urine spiders.
Yeah, you guys that stand up while you're peeing, just so you know, there are supersonic particles of urine flying around the room. They've been known to fly over 20 yards.
It's a big bathroom.
Yeah, well, no, they probably did it in a pissing match.
Oh, nice.
All right? You know, you got a toothbrush there. No problem. Little target.
Gross.
Right. The average person, if you did a test on a toothbrush, fecal matter, just like yourself. March of Dimes, polio, everybody thinks it was a vaccine. No, the vaccine just got it spreading. The guys from CDC that did all that to eradicate polio knew up front that there would be oral fecal transfer of the new vaccine. So they depended on those dirty doorknobs to spread the anti-polio vaccine. Wonderful, wonderful. And, you know, people don't wipe the handle at Walmart. I could never understand that one.
Yeah.
Little snotty kid.
Ew, and the kids usually like has like a baby.
Yeah,
in
they
his
oral
mouth.
it.
Yeah.
They explore it with their mouth.
Yeah.
Even worse is when you go to the kids' clinic and you got the kids playing with the toys. You know, the sick leprosy kids playing with the toys out front, and then now your kids playing with it. Once again, the veterinarian's office. You bring your dog. He's sitting there on the floor with a leash, right? There was some freaking dog 10 minutes earlier with parvo getting it all over the floor. I'll dare you $100. Take a nice big lick off that tile at the veterinarian's office and see what you get.
No pass.
Just rub a piece of bread on it and wait a couple of weeks and see what grows on there, right? No problem. You bring your dog in. It's going to get the thermometer in the butt. They know it, right? They're scared. And
They
in the
do
meantime,
sense that, don't they?
they pick up a parvo. Now, when I look at my animals prior to the veterinarian visit, I have to wonder how they're going to tolerate the thermometer in the butt. And like the cat, for example. The cat can turn into a mountain cat. Jesus Christ. I mean, but when they get in there, once that thermometer goes in, man, they just freeze. They don't move.
They're pretty stiff.
Yeah. And then the guy pulls it out. 98.6. I don't know, whatever an animal's temperature is. I guess I can understand. It's funny, Sam, that you brought that up.
Did I bring that up?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
When I was in the military, back in those days, when I was getting out, to get out, you got to get a bunch of physicals. I don't know how it is for all the services, but for the Navy, the guys in the Navy, you would get a massive physical. And usually there were lots of guys getting out. So you would be with a group in your underwear, going station to station, getting your physical to get out. Kind of thing.
Why do you have to have a physical to get out?
I don't know.
To make sure you're not spreading.
Yeah, make sure there's something not fucked up with it you're going to claim later and try to sue them. So anyway, you're waiting in lines all day. And I take it back. We had our clothes on at this point. You get an ear test, an eye test, get your temperature taken. It's all, housekeeping, physical exam stuff. Well, anyway, we're waiting in line all fucking day. Between each station, there's a giant waiting line. And you're grab-assing and talking and stuff with people in line with, But you're enlisted men. You're the peons. In the caste system, you're in the lowest form of amoeba. And so we're in these massive lines. All of a sudden, we're in this one line. And a lot of times you don't even know what the hell it is. You're just waiting in line. You're gonna go in the room one at a time. You don't know. Hearing test, who knows? So anyway, there's a whole bunch of us in line, and I've been waiting in line for like an hour and a half. And all of a sudden, these two officers come strolling up, and they go right to the head of the line. They're not going to wait in line with a bunch of enlisted men. No, these are officers, right? And so there was a little bit of, jumping line with the nurse when she opened the door the next time, we're going in. Oh, okay. And these guys are fit and trim, totally squared away. Their gig line is straight. Their uniform is squared away. And so they go in there, and they're in there for like 5 minutes together. Pretty soon they come out, and I noticed right away that their shirts look like they've been untucked. I was worried. I finally get up there. I was like one or two people away from going in. I go in there, and it was a black lady. Doctor or something. And she's like, okay, Jesus Christ, no bedside manner at all. Just, okay, snip your pants down and bend over. She's like, putting on a rubber glove. I swear to God, just like that too. It's like, whoa, calamity, I leaned over the bed, wow, just like the cat with the thermometer. I held really still. Felt like a goddamn broom handle.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to relax.
Well, how can you relax with something
Not to mention men. Let me tell you something. If you're worried about your prostate, a digital exam can completely miss posterior tumors. So you're going through all that inconvenience, harassment, humiliation to have a finger put in your butt. And digitally, they can't feel a tumor on the backside of the... Now, a lot of them are good at it, but you should know that men get ultrasounds, just like pregnant women. They need you to have a full bladder and everything, and it gives you a three-dimensional view of your prostate. So, next time they bring up the, hey, we need to poke you in the butt with our finger, say, no problem, schedule me an appointment for an ultrasound, and let's do this right. I'm shocked by how many physicians take the quickie, cheapy, shorty ride and just stick their finger in your butt and say, oh, you're cool. Later on, probably die. No problem. Now, I recommend an ultrasound, just so you know. Men don't know that.
Statistically, if men live long enough, they're going to get prostate cancer.
Now that we're talking about men, our show's primarily a man show. People should know. It's not exclusive. If you're a chick and you're brawny or hot, you can listen to the show. But for the most part, you're going to find men's issues, men's stuff, men. Why? Well, we know the fact of our analytics, the listening audience is primarily men.
Right.
We know that. We're trying to please you. We want to entertain men, not little kids. So if you're a little kid, go to bed, goddammit. But I want to let you know, Sam.
Yes.
I checked with the content complaint line this morning. I had a sticky note on my desk.
Yeah?
Apparently, someone called in and complained to the Rocket Radio Show content complaint line.
Oh, no.
Over there in Nepal.
Oh, okay.
They're Indian. They're nice. Very good training. Anyway, that sticky note said that one of the listeners was getting tired of me blaming women for all problems in America. He said that I was an asshole because I blame women for all the problems in America. and I wanted to set the record straight. I don't blame all the problems in America on women. Just most of them. You know, let me give you a list. Let me give you a list, Sam.
You go for it.
This is a list of things that women have fucked up. Okay?
Okay.
What have women fucked up? Well, first of all, Valerie Jarrett's fucking up the White House. Okay? Get her out of there. Never elected. Woman. That's kind of grabbing at straws, but I had to throw her name in there. All right, here's a classic one. Soccer. Women screwed soccer up. Yep. Get those girls in there, it turns into a pansy sport. Next thing you know, no one's watching. You know, in the 1800s, sports was for children. They didn't have adults doing sports too much. Baseball was one of the first ones to break the nut on that. What else have women ruined? I can tell you another one.
I got one.
Horses. Women have ruined horses. They ain't good for nothing. Used to be old cowboy. Yeah, mean old trusty. Been across the west again. Now, it's Trinity and she's my best friend. I love her. I braid her hair.
I braid her hair and I put glitter on her hooves.
Exactly. So now when you deal with most horses, they'll give you the time of day. You know, if you feed a horse local hay, they won't eat they don't want to eat it. If you give them alfalfa, the good shit, they'll stop eating the local hay. They don't want it. So the old cowboy trick is put a little molasses on that local hay, crap stuff, and they'll eat it. Where did that temperament come from? Goddamn 16-year-old girl spoiling them. So horses. I think Boy Scouts. I think the Boy Scouts will be ruined when girls go in there. Once girls go into the Boy Scouts, it won't be the Boy Scouts anymore.
No, it won't be.
How about the military? We can thank Condoleezza Rice. She's got 2 claims to fame. 3, I guess. State pardon person, scumbag, piano teacher, and the one that cohabitated the military. How's that going in the military?
Well, there's a lot of sexual...
All men are rapists.
Yep, sexual abuse allegations.
No problem. Just zip up your penises in your man vagina and you'll be fine. Don't mention vagina on the show. I don't want to...
Yeah,
Secret Service. What else? The fire department. How do women screw up the fire department? I'll tell you how. Everything's equal. Everything's equal. Once again, some little girl going to carry you down the stairs in a fire? No, she's going to call a man. Now, that reminds me of the flag chick. Now, look, I don't hate women. I'm just stating a fact. Why isn't every chick on a construction crew gets to do the fucking flag? It's the best job. It's the old guy that's been on the crew forever. That's the one he gets to do. The flag job. Nope, not nowadays. Nowadays, when you drive by, guarantee you it's a woman doing the flag. Bunch of men digging in the ditch. So you know what? The guy that's been there forever, he's still down in the ditch. And I'll tell you, equal rights, if you don't speak Spanish, you can't be the foreman. That's foreman, not foreskin. But you can't be in charge of the group if you don't know how to speak Spanish. You gotta be bilingual. And after all, they're the jobs that the Americans don't want to work. Women voted against their husbands and voted for Obama. It's a fucking fact. Look it up. Single mothers. Do women have to work? Do they really have to work? What's happened since women have to work now? Just to get by. Maybe it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because it used to be in the old days women could count on being a mother and a wife and a daughter and have family and tradition and take care of her home and take care of her husband. Oh, that's horrible. See how far we are? That's horrible to think that a woman would take care of her children and her husband. But you know what? Go look at the numbers. How many single women on welfare? You know, women's health issues. There's no men's health issues. There's women's health issues. So everything's equal except for that, and this, and that, and family court, and every friggin' thing else. So, yeah. And now, there's 6 women on the Zimmerman jury.
Yeah, a jury of his peers.
Jury of his peers. Bunch of white broads.
Why 6? No, there's a Hispanic woman.
Oh, there's a Hispanic woman.
I think there's a black woman as well.
Is she half white, half Hispanic, or white Hispanic?
I don't know.
They invented that word for him.
So, why just 6 instead of 12?
Because everyone in the country knew that Obama said that the dead boy looks like his son, So they were jaded. That's all they could come up with was 6.
No, there's got to be some.
There were actually 7 at one time.
An alternate.
Yeah, one was dismissed. They couldn't stand the noose laying on the prosecutor's table. It was bugging them.
What?
Since they're just trying to fucking railroad him. Can you believe it, Sam? Can you fucking believe it? If I was, it doesn't matter. What a defense attorney's smorgasbord of wonderful ways to get your client out of trouble. The judge, in a case, tells the jury, by the way, if you don't find him guilty on this one charge that the prosecutor has, dedicated himself to charging you with, you can just make up a lesser crime. It's okay. You can still give him 30 years.
Well, that's a nice alternative.
Let's ask some questions. Who was on top?
Well, it depends on who you ask. There are witnesses on both sides. George Zimmerman was wearing a red shirt. Trayvon Martin was wearing dark clothing, dark hoodie. And depending on who you talk to, either the red shirt was on top or the dark clothing was on top.
Worst thing in the world is an eyewitness. What does the forensics say? Well, let's see. It says that he was shot from a downward position up into the chest and abdomen, and his shirt was 6 inches away from his body. That's leaning forward. And witness, I think number 8 or somebody, I fucking witness saw goddamn Trayvon on top. Let me think here. Broken nose, bleeding from the back of the head. Oh, by the way, you should know that wonderful father, once again, I'm an asswipe because I point out how women have destroyed this country. No problem. But men, just so you know, we're just as guilty. Goddamn father. Trayvon Martin's father was talking to Trayvon about buying guns. There you go.
They said that he was texting. Yeah, he was texting about the buying and selling of weapons. Now, may I just add something here? That, of course, could be an elaboration of a story. He could have been saying, "Son, I don't want you buying guns." That could have been the text, right? He could have. It's not like he was encouraging him, "Hey, yeah, get me one too." He could have been encouraging him not to get involved.
Yeah, right after he got off his pink unicorn. Okay. This is America, man. It's okay. You can live where you want. Let your kids run around at night. He was watching a basketball game. It's cool. Instead of calling 911, calls his mom, Son doesn't come home. Doesn't call police till next day. Didn't even know he was dead. Goddamn 50 yards from his front door. Didn't even have the wherewithal to go in and check on his son staying at his girlfriend's house. So I guess he was couch surfing. I don't know. It's cool. And Trayvon's not a thug. He's not. He's a 17-year-old kid with gold teeth, saggy pants, photos with him holding guns and weed plants and smoking weed, calling himself the no-limit nigga, telling his girlfriend right before he died that a crazy cracker's following him. Hangs up, doesn't call the cops, doesn't go home. 50 yards or whatever, 50 feet from his goddamn where he's staying, where he's couch surfing. All he had to do was go home. He couldn't run away from him. What does he do? Hides in the bushes, hides in the darkness. Got his goddamn burglary tools in the back. Dude, is there even a case here? Circles back. Broken nose. That's what he says. Punch him in the nose. Goddamn Zimmerman's got a beautiful photo of him with a broken nose. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Would he break his own nose? Come on. There's DNA on fucking Trayvon Martin's fist from his fucking face. Got goddamn cuts on the back of his head saying he was hit on the concrete. He's got a witness. Now there could be a lot of other witnesses like that highfalutin girlfriend of his. Oh, Trayvon Martin? Yes. Now Chantel, I don't remember her name. Can you tell us what Martin was doing? Stenography's asking, what did she say? I keep scooting the target back as I get better. But somebody asked me recently, because I have crossbows and compound bows and recurvature bows and a lot of different stuff. I'm not Ted Nugent. I can't sing. But I do have a lot of experience shooting arrows and bolts and stuff like that. And they were asking for recommendation. I just told them, I didn't recommend this to anybody. You're on a survival mode? Go out and go on Craigslist and get you a 1970s, early 80s
youth bow. Fiberglass usually. Recurvature. Don't go for compound. Too complicated. Compound, complicated. Very similar words. Like, the string is like, 3 times longer. Just get you a plain bow. Now, arrows. Let's talk about arrows. Arrows are fucking expensive, Sam. Like $5 a piece.
Right.
So you don't want to shoot at cardboard boxes. Because, because I did it. Or like make a cardboard cutout of a deer. Not a good idea.
Or styrofoam
Yeah,
target.
well, styrofoam's probably better, but with the cardboard, what happens, Sam, is the arrow over-penetrates. And I know you love that word.
I do.
So, with the heels up, legs over the air, legs behind the head, over-penetration on the arrow's part, and what happens is it flies right through the cardboard and strips off the feathers.
Right.
And
And you have to buy a whole nother bag of feathers.
You don't want that. Now, another thing I don't recommend. Shooting raccoons in the tree. I used up every fucking arrow.
And missed the whole thing.
I got him once. For any of you PETA characters out there, I wasn't going to eat him. I was just killing him. Yeah, they're rodents. They're pests. They're bad. Anyway, I shot an arrow. Thought I got him. Stuck through him, Got him, right? Was in him for about 5 minutes. I continued to keep shooting, trying to get the lethal blow. Wasn't able to do it. All my arrows went flying off in different directions. I'm getting them back. And then that arrow fell out.
What do you mean you didn't get any of them back?
I found a few, but basically, I live out in the woods, so when I'm shooting up in the tree, if I miss, like one arrow just went toing, stuck in the tree way up there. That one's gone. There was one stuck in the road. My neighbor found it. Hey, is that yours?
Hey,
yeah.
Didn't you also shoot a chicken with an arrow once? The arrow fell out and the chicken lived?
I crossbowed a rooster. I was getting sick and fucking tired of him crowing while I was doing my show, and he's just arrogant, and he's constantly shitting on my truck, and getting up on the porch and shitting, and just walking right up to the porch. It's like, dude, I got, 50 acres here. Get the fuck out of the way. Get out of here. I'm not recording a show. Well, anyway, he got me all worked up. Now, that's not the one I shot with a 22. That was a different time. This time...
You got a rooster with a 22?
Yeah, I got the gray one.
That's right.
Yeah, this is, I think we're talking about Leonardo. Yeah, Leonardo. Okay, the old Leonardo was.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio, giant rooster.
Beautiful.
Didn't want to turn him into a chicken sanctuary. I was going to take care of business myself. So I had ate a duck earlier, like a week earlier. Right? Remember I killed a duck? The duck that we have now, his dad.
Plucked the duck.
I plucked him, cooked him in the oven, delicious, greasy, and so good. Okay, so then I decided, like a week after that, because I want practice, I'm going to pluck a chicken next. And I decided it's Leonardo's time. Now, roosters are tough. It's tough meat, Sam.
We were going to make a coq au vin.
Yes, we were going to boil the shit out of that guy. Right, so I decided I'm going to axe him. So I also figured, at some point, during the crash, I'm going to be surviving like Mad Max, so I need practice. So I got my slingshot out. Now, I have those little projectiles you can buy, which I did. I shot the entire fucking box at that rooster. Jesus Christ. One of them, he had a giant waddle.
Right.
Flew through his waddle.
Big hole in
So from then on, he had like a gauge hole in his waddle. That didn't work. Didn't kill him with that. So then, I got out my regular bow, shot at him a bunch of times. He's running around trying to avoid me,
Oh, he was making a noise.
Big target, though, right? He's getting all worked up. Finally, I got frustrated. I pulled out the big guns. Crossbow, 150-pounder. It's a small one. It's got a recurvature bow on it. It doesn't have a compound bow on it. I like it simple. And the sight, the scope, is a little bit off, but I know the sweet spot. And he was running across the corral trying to get away from me, man. I shot him on the fly. Shunk! Yeah. Well, he runs away. Yep, and I chase after him because I know, God damn it, he got one of my crossbow bolts too, right? And I got him. Went right to the middle of it. I'm walking along the path. Pretty soon, there's the bolt laying on the ground. Got a little blood on it. I licked it. Chicken blood. All right. Good thing I didn't get any of that on my hands. Spreads disease.
No chicken.
No chicken. He got away to the neighbor's yard. Now he was walking around like a fucking rooster in the driveway of the neighbor's yard, like, you can't kill me. And I was like, well, I'm not going to shoot at you. You're in the neighbor's yard. And I could tell he could sense that. It was kind of like that old Thin Lizzy song, he's heading for the border. Back when cops had to stop at the county line, He got into the neighbor's yard. Now I wouldn't shoot him. So fuck. About an hour later, he was out with regular chickens again.
Actually,
for some reason,
an hour. It was like 3 days later, all of a sudden he was just like popped over the fence.
Well, he came back.
I was like,
He
hi.
didn't die from being shot with a goddamn arrow right through his body. Lived another year. Something crazy.
Coyote got him.
Coyote finally got him. There's a little coyote mess. Coyotes do a good job. They get most of it, but, there's a definite
Crime
murderous crime scene where there's
Yeah.
feathers all over the place, and you can tell Leonardo got it. We lost
He was
Leonardo.
big and juicy.
Yeah, the coyote's got Cowboy,
Our
my big
other
red rooster, because he used to ride on the back of the goat, so we called him Cowboy. Sometimes we name him, sometimes we don't. Right now, the meat chickens, they don't get names.
They don't
Just
get names, no.
Meat chickens, but I gotta tell you, they're the most sweetest little chickens I've ever seen. They're like delicate, sweet, friendly, not afraid, just gentle little creatures that are ugly.
I like our new barn kittens.
We got some barn cats. Once again, you PETA folks out there, you should know that as a farmer with lots of hay and grain and things like that in my stable, that we have rats and mice. And so we get cats. Once again, like I said, though, you PETA people should know that I know going into it, the cats will only last 3 or 4 months.
Coyote kibble.
Coyote kibble. Happens every time. How many cats we've been through now? Like 4?
3.
3? Yeah, they disappear. I keep waiting for my precious little dog to get killed by a coyote.
Oh,
Now,
don't say that.
well, we put all the chickens in the coop, so now they're not free-ranging no more, so there's nothing for the coyotes to eat, and I'm worried they're going to get desperate and grab my little dog. Of course, I'm really worried about is we don't get a lot of traffic out here, Sam. We're out in the country, and I do have a road that runs out right out in front of my house. There's one neighbor that lives down the way from me. He steals my bandwidth and my internet goes out, but one of his brothers drives a big blue truck. He drives way too fucking fast. He's going to kill my little dog.
Well, it's a freaking gravel road.
Yeah, he comes flying
it's 2.5
down.
miles long, and
Yeah,
he's
keep
got
it.
this ginormous,
He's
you
going
know,
to stop.
he's got a sorry about your little penis giant truck.
Even you ran over the dog. And I didn't hurt her. It was close.
I was receiving direction from the dog director.
Yeah. Samantha shows up. She's pulling in the little dog 5 feet away, 10 feet away, doing something. She looks at me like, is it okay if I go ahead? And I'm like, because it's a little dog. I go, yeah, come on, you're okay. And I like do my fingers like this. Like, come on, come on, come on. Jesus Christ. Goddamn dog just starts from nowhere and stops. It starts licking its ass directly in front of the tire. I mean, boom, you're rolling up on her. And I put my hands up like this. Holy Christ, stop! Because, you're like halfway onto her body. You're going to, and then I put what I do, I covered my eyes. I went, oh my God, you killed my little dog, my little puppy, my little teddy bear. That sounds
like,
very womanly and
no,
vulnerable.
you were like, oh.
Oh my God,
no.
you killed my dog. And then you backed off. And what she had done, like a cobra, like a kung fu master, she had put her rear legs into the frog position.
Yep,
she flattened her body, and you ran over the back part of her body, and were working your way up to the front of her, like all of her guts and shit would have flown out of her mouth if you'd kept 1 inch forward.
Think about it.
But then you backed off, she just got up and acted like nothing's wrong. And you know what's the worst part about that, Sam? That fucking dog learned nothing.
Nothing.
Nope. Didn't even realize that a car is moving forward or maybe a threat. She runs down the goddamn road. And then stands there where the tire is supposed to be while my neighbor's flying up the road 20 miles an hour on a goddamn gravel road out in front of my house.
She runs out to my car every night, so now I have to really, really slow down coming into the driveway, which is a huge incline and a huge hill. I gotta slow down. The sun is in my eyes. I'm going next to nothing, and I just see her little body just flopping, coming right down
That's
the road.
what those
towards
pilots
me.
that crashed the plane at San Francisco said.
So I
The sun was in my eyes.
I stop. I open the door. I let her jump into the car, and then I do the rest of the drive up to the house. Because she hauls ass to see me when I get home.
Safety first.
Yeah.
Safety first. Plus, we've almost killed her once before.
So, may I?
What? What's on your mind, Sam?
I have 2 pieces of useless trivia
Go
I'd
ahead,
like to
what?
share. Or are we coming up on a break? Do I have time to do this?
No, we're coming up on a finale. What's going on, girl?
Sweet.
What you
Okay.
got? What you got for me?
Do you know that Charlie Chaplin actually won 3rd prize in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest?
Well, you had an off day. I saw some Cher impersonators standing next to Cher. They look more like Cher than she does.
That's exactly what they're saying. Is he got 3rd prize in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest?
You know, it's something I'm really starting to learn to come to live with, Sam, and that is trying to stay relevant. Rock star like myself. You know, I demand special privileges. I like to be coddled. I only like brown M&Ms.
Right.
Pink toilet paper. 600 thread sheets. A star on my door. The trailer's a double wide. And my entourage, my hairdresser, and my chef in order to do my little teeny internet radio show. I demand those things.
Yes.
And people have known that I'm very demanding. Well, I've come to terms with the irrelevancy. I know that I'm a radio has-been from the last DJ. My shining star has come and gone. Now, I just do the walk of the has-been, trying to recapture the lost moments of my radio greatness. Of course, I can look with solace to know that I can help others now that I've become a radio mogul.
One last thing. And
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I think this will get people laying awake tonight thinking.
Touching themselves.
No, thinking. They're really going to struggle with this one.
Okay.
There are 4 words in the English dictionary that nothing rhymes with.
Orange.
Yes?
4 things that can't rhyme.
Orange is one of them. Nothing rhymes with orange.
Nothing rhymes with orange. Purple.
Purple.
Notice how they're colors? Nothing that rhymes. July.
No.
You could say Eli.
Orange, purple, silver, and the word month.
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 Shut your mouth. Yeah, you talk too much. Ladies and gentlemen, the prosecuting attorney has moved in his prime witness. This should undoubtedly undo the defense counsel's earlier arguments. Chantal Canibra, can you tell us what did our young lad